Hello lovely people, this is Priyanka Chaudhary and welcome to my channel. So if you are one of those people who cannot stop yourself from translating into your native language while learning English, then you are not the only one. There are so many people who are in this habit of translating sentences. It happens, it's normal. It happens with most of the language learners when they are at the initial stage of learning. Firstly, let's understand why we need to stop translating into our native language. When you are in a conversation with a person, so what happens? The conversation takes place so fast. It is so rapid. You need to respond it really fast. I mean, the listener is not going to wait for your response, right? Apart from this, the moment you start translating into your native language, it actually slows you down. Moreover, you start having a feeling of hesitation, and there is lack of confidence. Translation is actually a long process. It takes time. It is a time consuming process, and because of this you get lost in translation and the flow of communication gets actually break, and the listener starts losing interest in the conversation. Besides this, there are so many idioms and phrases in English language which are difficult to translate into your native language. You cannot translate all the idioms and phrases. So there are a number of problems associating with translation. That's why we need to stop translating sentences into native language. Now let's learn how can we stop this process of translation while speaking English. We all are tired of translation. So no problem, I'm gonna sort out this problem of yours in this video, and for that you need to watch this video till the end, because at the end of this video I'm going to share something interesting with you. So don't go anywhere and keep watching till the end. So I will be sharing around 7 points in this video that will help you to stop translating words and sentences into your native language. So the point number 1 is stop learning your target language, which is English, through translation. Means while you're reading any stuff and you find any word which is difficult for you to understand, do not try to translate that word into your native language. What you can do is try to read the entire sentence. Maybe by reading the entire sentence you will get some sort of idea that what this word actually mean. Let me give you an example. Let's say this is the word, okay, overwhelmed, and you don't know the meaning of this word, let's say, okay. And when I say a sentence using this word, I'm saying she was overwhelmed with sadness when her father died. So after reading this sentence or listening to this sentence, you can get some sort of idea like what can be the meaning of this word overwhelmed, right? So rather than looking for the exact meaning of this word into your native language, try to understand how this word is actually used in framing a sentence. Sometimes there can be a word, or there can be a phrase or an expression. So you can easily figure it out what can be the meaning of overwhelmed in this. She was overwhelmed means you can think like maybe she was unhappy, or you can say she was full of emotions, or you can say she was speechless. So this can be the meaning of this word, right? This is how you can also figure out the meaning of the word just by reading the sentence, just by listening to the sentence, or by observing and understanding in which context and situation the word is actually used. So by following all these things, you do not need to actually look for the meaning of that word into your native language. Let me give you another example to make you understand it better. Let's take the same word again. If I would say, I was overwhelmed by all the love and support that I received from all my viewers and subscribers out there. So I guess now you understood what is the meaning of overwhelmed. I was completely filled with strong emotions. So this is the meaning of this word overwhelmed. Now let's understand the point number 2. You need to repeat the phrases, words or sentences that are spoken by good English speakers. If you are in the habit of listening to some speakers, English speakers, and you find them speaking something interesting, what you need to do is you need to repeat after them. Yes, if you like any word or sentences, just repeat then and there. Repeat after them the sentence or the phrase or the word that they have spoken. All right, do not just listen and forget it. No, listen to it and then repeat. Speak it aloud. Speak that word, phrase or expression aloud and listen to your own voice. So second point is all about repeating whatever you hear. Let me give you an example to make you understand it better. Let's say you hear any idiom like once in a blue moon, or a piece of cake, or let's say pulling leg, anything. If you hear any idiom like this, tomorrow is gonna be your interview, go and break a leg. So what do you think? What do I actually want to say? Why did I say break a leg? Do I actually want to say that go and break a leg of your interviewer? No, I'm not saying this. So try to understand that in which context I have used this. Okay, let me give you another example. Suppose I'm saying, if you are good at playing cricket, then you can say batting is a piece of cake for me. Or you are good at maths, doing calculations, and then you are saying maths is a piece of cake for me. I can do any kind of calculation. Are you getting me? So the moment I gave so many examples, you understood what this idiom actually stands for. So see, you do not need to look for the translation of this idiom in your dictionary or anywhere on Google. You understood it by yourself. So try to follow this way of learning, where you do not need to actually look for the meaning of any idiom or phrase into your native language. I was over the moon when I was appreciated by my parents for my good performance on the stage. So by listening to this sentence, you can understand what can be the meaning of this phrase or idiom, over the moon. I think I do not need to explain this to you, what over the moon actually stands for. And if you don't know about it, you can easily look for the meaning of this phrase in your dictionary. Okay, I guess you people understood the second point as well. Now let's move on to the third point. So the moment I said dictionary, so the third point comes here. Third point is, rather than using a bilingual dictionary, start using a monolingual dictionary. Okay, now let me tell you what is this bilingual and monolingual. Let me help you to understand this. Bilingual means where two languages are involved. These two languages can be anything. If you are in the habit of translating words and sentences, then I'm sure that you must be using a bilingual dictionary, where you want to know the meaning of any word, sentence or phrase in your native language. Means in a bilingual dictionary, the word is there and the meaning of this word is written into your native language. So this is bilingual dictionary. Now I am suggesting you to not to use bilingual dictionary anymore. Keep that dictionary aside and start using a monolingual dictionary. Now what is this? It is a dictionary where you will be finding the words and their meanings in same language that you actually want to learn. Let me help you to understand this with an example again. I always try my level best to make you understand with different examples. So here you can see a word, and this word is detrimental. Now you read this word somewhere. Let's say you read this word somewhere like smoking is detrimental for health and we should quit it. You read it somewhere. Now you would like to know what is the meaning of detrimental. You don't know. So rather than looking for the meaning of this word in a bilingual dictionary, go and check this word's meaning in your monolingual dictionary, and where you will be finding the meaning is also written in English, not in Hindi, not in your native language. And by reading the meaning of this word, you will understand what detrimental actually means. You do not need to look for the meaning of the word all time into your native language. No need. So here I have just given you the meaning of this word. Detrimental stands for tend to cause harm or something which is harmful. Didn't you get the meaning? definitely you understood. If you did not even understand the meaning of harmful, no problem. Search for the meaning of harmful again in the same dictionary. You will get the meaning. So this is detrimental, and this is how you can also learn different words and their meanings in English. If you would like to know that what kind of dictionary do I use, then I personally like to use Merriam-Webster. This is a fantastic dictionary. I just love using it. Actually, this dictionary provides us with a lot of information. You do not only get the meaning of the words, you even get to know that what part of speech that word belongs to. Apart from this, there will be the synonyms of that word, the antonyms as well. You will even be getting some more sentences that will help you to understand that word better. Apart from all this information, there are some games as well that will definitely be very interesting for you to play and to learn. So the games are like, depending on vocabulary based games are there, some picture based games are there, where you will be shown some pictures and you have to guess the name of those pictures in English. It means everything is there in English. I personally like using Merriam-Webster. Now the ball is in your court. If you like using it, you can. So I just said ball is in your court, and this is an idiom. Now you need to tell me what is the meaning of this idiom in the comment section. Alright, now let's move on to the next point, and the fourth point is, the next point is going to be really interesting, and you must pay attention listening to this. Try to explain the word. You didn't get it? Okay, let me explain. Most of the time what happens when we want to say something, when we let's say we are talking to ourselves, okay, and it happens we most of the time do not get the right word to explain our thoughts and ideas. We sometimes feel lack of vocabulary. It happens. So what you can do is, rather than being mum these type of situations, let's take the example of the same sentence, smoking one. So I wanted to use this particular word, that smoking is detrimental for health, but I am not getting this word at that moment. So what I can do is, rather than thinking a lot about that word detrimental, I can explain that word, isn't it? So I can say like, smoking is harmful for health, smoking is not good for health, or smoking is injurious to health. So see, rather than saying the exact word that I was thinking about, I just have used so many other words. Okay, that's what you can also do. If you are not getting that exact word at that moment, no problem. Try to explain that word in terms of words or expressions. You can even use hand gestures, your expressions, to explain whatever you want to actually speak. Do not think too much about the exact word or what is it actually called in your native language. No, don't waste time thinking too much. Explain that word. That will surely help you to smooth your conversation. Alright, let's move on to the next point. Practice some commonly asked questions. Means practice how to answer these commonly asked questions. What do I mean by this is, there are a number of questions that are commonly asked by people. For instance, people ask us like, what's our name, or what's your name, or they say, what's your qualification, or sometimes they ask, if you're going for any interview, they are definitely gonna ask, tell me about yourself. So these kind of questions are commonly asked by the people. They ask like, what are you doing, what's your plan for the weekend, and there can be so many other questions that are like asked on the regular basis, or you can say that are asked frequently. So when you already know that these are some questions that are asked frequently, then why don't you prepare yourself? So that's the point number 5 is all about. Already practice to answer some commonly asked questions, that if anybody is gonna ask me these questions, I am gonna answer that question spontaneously. I will not be taking too much time to think. Now let me share something interesting with you. If I would ask you, can you tell me the name of the Prime Minister of Japan? Then I'm 100% sure most of you people would answer like this, I don't know. Now you tell me one thing. The moment you said I don't know, did you translate in your head that I don't know what is it called into our what is this sentence called in our native language? Did you think like this? Did you translate this sentence into your native language before saying this sentence, I don't know? No, you didn't do that. Why? Now answer me. Why did you not translate before saying this sentence, I don't know? Like this, there are so many other sentences. If I would ask you, what is your name? You would say like this, my name is Dash. You will not think of a second to say your name in English, right? And if I would ask you like, how old are you? Again, you are ready to respond this question really fast. You will not think too much before answering again. Now, have you ever thought, why do you not translate to answer these questions? It happens because of your practice. It happens because your brain is already trained to respond these type of questions, and your brain has understood it really well how to respond when any question like this is going to be asked, right? What you need to do is, so here the next point comes now, and the next point is surround yourself with English speaking environment. Yes, our brain will work exactly in that way in which you want your brain to work. And how will it be possible? For this, you need to consume a lot of things into your brain with English language. And how are you going to do this? For doing this, you need to activate all your senses to consume English language. Now, how are you going to do this? For this, so in a day, we do a number of activities, a number of things. For example, if you're reading something, you're reading maybe any book, you're reading any article on your phone, or you're reading chats, reading anything about your favorite celebrities. So read whatever you are reading in English language. Consume a lot of things in English language only. If you're reading, read it in English. If you are writing, I guess most of you people already are writing in English, and so write in English. Listen to anything that you prefer listening in English, whether it is any podcast or any news channel or any song. Start listening to this stuff in English. Now comes watching. Eyes. If you're watching anything, watch that in English. If you are not able to understand, turn on the subtitles. Subtitles will definitely help you, and the subtitles should be in your target language, means in English. The subtitles should not be in your native language. Okay, so watching will also help you to consume English language in your head. And what next? Next, speaking. Speak in English as much as possible. The more you will speak, the more you will learn, the more you will be confident, the more you will be comfortable. Simple. So the problem comes with speaking. We are in the habit of consuming a lot of information in our head already, but we run away from speaking. We do not put our efforts in speaking, but you are not producing the words and sentences in English. You are not speaking, you are not practicing. It's of no use. All the knowledge, all the information, all the words and the meaning, all the vocabulary will just be there in your head, and it will not come out until and unless you speak. That's why I'm stressing upon speaking too much. You want to improve your spoken English skills, you need to speak for that. Speak as much as you can in English. Forget about the mistakes, grammar and so many other things. Start speaking without translating in your native language. Speak, but without paying attention on translation in your native language. And for speaking, you need to start thinking in English. Okay, so whatever keeps running in your head in your native language, switch that in English language. Start thinking in English. The moment you will be doing this, you will start getting ideas, and you will start talking to yourself in English in your head. Automatically words will start coming out of your mouth in English. It is definitely going to happen. So start thinking in English. Just keep thinking. And the next point comes here now. The next point is, do your daily activities in English. Now what do I mean by this? So we do a number of actions, we do a number of activities in a day, like reading, writing, going, traveling, or if you are at home you do so many work, like if you are a lady you do the dishes, or you are cooking, maybe you are watching something on TV. So there are a number of things that we do in a day. Okay, so start doing all these things in English. If you are doing the dishes, so you are doing the dishes, your hand is involved in some work, but your mind is thinking about something. So whatever you are talking to yourself in your native language, do that in English. You can talk to yourself in English on any topic. You can talk to yourself that what am I going to do after the dishes, or you can tell yourself that what did you do the entire day, how did your day go, how did you spend your previous day. So talk about anything, think in English. Even if you are taking a bath, let's say, that time also you can speak to yourself in English. Tell yourself that what are you gonna do after taking a bath. Tell yourself in English. Okay, or you are traveling, let's say, while you are traveling you are walking on the road, so tell yourself what is happening around you. You can talk to yourself about anything. You do not need to think of any topic. Just start speaking to yourself in English. Simple. Do your daily activities in English. So if you guys have some more ideas and points to share with me that will help us all to stop translating into our native language, then do not hesitate, do not think too much to share your views. I would just love to read your comments and your suggestions. I hope this video really helped you a lot to overcome your problem of translation into your native language, and you found it useful. Thank you so much everyone for watching this video till the end. I will see you in the next video with another topic. Till then, bye bye, take care.